It don't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning.
Vin Diesel is a talented actor, heartthrob, and one of the most striking personalities in Hollywood. This guy brings genuine delight with his masculinity, gorgeous physique, and exciting movie roles. Always strong and confident, that's how we're used to seeing this manly and handsome man on the silver screen. How Vin Diesel lives and how he spends his millions. Vin Diesel, born as Mark Vincent Sinclair, was born on July 18, 1967 in Alameda County, California, along with his twin brother Paul. Funnily enough, the twins are completely different in appearance and character. Until the age of 3, the boys were raised only by their mother, Delora, who was a psychiatrist and was fond of astrology. Mark and Paul have never seen their father. The actor's nationality still remains a mystery. Vin has reportedly said that he's of ambiguous ethnicity. His mother has English, German, and Scottish roots, and his biological father most definitely belonged to another race, possibly also mixed. In 1970, Mark and Paul's mother married acting teacher and theater director Irvin Vincent and moved with her sons to live with him in New York. Soon they had 2 more children, Tim and Samantha. Irwin often took his children to theater performances and movie premieres. It was Diesel's stepfather, Irwin, who significantly influenced the boy's character and his desire for acting. Mark first appeared on stage at the age of 7 in a very interesting way. Together with several other boys, he decided to sneak into one of the local theaters to play with the props. At that moment, actors were rehearsing a performance on stage. The boys were noticed by the production director, and as a punishment, they were forced to act out some of the lines. Oddly enough, Sinclair did the best among them, so it was he who got a tempting offer from the director: $20 for each performance. Soon enough, his first performance in children's play Dinosaur Dora took place. Vin's performance was so brilliant that from that moment on, he decided to become an actor. Up until the age of 17, Mark performed on the theater stage, improving his skills. Despite the theatrical success, his personal life was not quite successful. Today's heartthrob at one point was only met by mockery and laughter from women. As a teenager, he was tall and thin, for which he received the nickname Worm. Embarrassed by his wimpy physique, the future actor began to play sports and regularly work out. After a few years, the guy turned into a real jock with visible muscles. After graduating high school, he decided that the theater wouldn't bring him a lot of money, so being a rather large and jacked up guy, Vincent got a job as a bouncer at the nightclub Tunnel in Manhattan. That's when he came up with the alias Vin Diesel and started shaving his head bald. At the same time, Vin Diesel entered Hunter College, where he studied English and classical literature, and in his spare time he tried to write scripts. In 1987, he dropped out of college, left his annoying job at the club, and moved from his home in New York to Los Angeles with dreams of becoming a movie star. However, Hollywood did not accept him with open arms, and he had to get a job as a salesman in a tech store. During his first year, Vin Diesel proved himself well and managed to earn good money. Every day he worked hard for 18 hours a day. But the actor knew that a salesman and a movie star aren't quite the same thing, so he went back to New York. Vin Diesel's film debut took place in 1990 in Penny Marshall's film Awakenings. However, the role was so insignificant that he didn't even appear in the credits. Seeing her son struggling, his mother tried to cheer him up and gave him a book by Rick Schmidt, Feature Filmmaking at Used Car Prices, hinting that he can take his career into his own hands. Inspired by the book, Diesel took up writing his own scripts. In 1994, the actor made a short film, Multifacial, in which he took the main role for himself and even wrote music for it himself.
Yo, I can't wait till I do enough real work, real acting work, but I don't have to sweat commercials, you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna see like Pacino doing potato chips here, or Denzel doing donuts.
He spent only $3,000 to produce a 20-minute film. The picture was awarded a screening in Cannes, although it did not receive significant awards. Nevertheless, it was his first success. After that, Vin Diesel returned to Los Angeles, where he resumed working as a tech salesman and saving money. He was going to use the money to make the movie Strays. After 8 months of hard work, the actor started filming the movie, where he would play the main role. Thanks to this film, the young actor was noticed by the famous director Steven Spielberg, who offered him a role in his film Saving Private Ryan with Tom Hanks and Matt Damon.
Nice man, man. please, sir!
Capozzo, get the kid back up there!
Captain, the decent thing to do is to at least take her down the road to the next town.
We're not here to do the decent thing. We're here to follow fucking orders. Sarge, take this goddamn kid!
It was Diesel's first work in a big movie, which brought him popularity and $100,000. Later, this film received 5 Oscars, and Diesel himself, along with his colleagues on the set, were nominated for the Screen Actors Guild of America Award in the category Best Ensemble. In 1999, Vin voiced the main character in the cartoon The Iron Giant, and also starred in the film Pitch Black, where he played the main role of the criminal Riddick.
All you people are so scared of me. Most days I take that as a compliment. But it ain't me you gotta worry about now.
This film marked the beginning of the famous series The Chronicles of Riddick and brought the actor his long-awaited fame. Although the filming was not easy for Diesel, while performing a trick, he injured a shoulder and his eye because of the special contact lenses that made his eyes shine in the dark. From that moment on, films with the actor started coming out one after another. In the early 2000s, viewers could see Vin Diesel in such films as Boiler Room, Into Pitch Black, and Knockaround Guys. In the last one, he played the role of Taylor Reese, a friend of the son of an influential mafia boss of Brooklyn.
The milk guy's getting paid, the potato chip guy's getting paid, the beer guy's getting paid. Every fucking body's getting paid, and you look through me? You fuck!
2001 was one of the most successful years in the actor's life. After playing one of the main roles together with Paul Walker in the crime thriller The Fast and the Furious by Rob Cohen, Vin Diesel became the public's favorite, and the character Dominic Toretto became his best role according to the audience.
Then it's over. I didn't call the police, but don't push me! Put the gun down! I swear to God!
You are the cop! You're a cop! Brian, I gotta find Jesse before they do. I'm all the kids got.
I'll call in the plates.
The actor's payout for this film was $2 million. The acting duo received a high award, the MTV Movie Award. But nevertheless, Diesel did not participate in the next film, Too Fast, Too Furious, because he cannot agree with the producers on the fee amount. The actor requested more than $20 million for the film. During the filming of Fast and Furious, Vin started an affair with actress Michelle Rodriguez, who played his partner in the movie. After a few months of dating, the couple broke up. According to rumors, Michelle initiated the breakup, thinking that she and Vin were too different. However, the ex-lovers remain good friends. The following year, the audience watched the adventure thriller Triple X with Vin Diesel, in which he performed most of the stunts himself without using a stuntman.
Sit down, Mr. Cage.
You know what? My friends call me X.
So, X, what exactly are you wanting?
Ferraris, high-end pasta rockets.
The actor admitted later he had never ridden motorcycles before. During the 3-month preparation for the film, he was coached by bikers who were among the best motocross athletes in the world. By the way, all the tattoos that Vin Diesel's character has in the movie were fake. For this work, the actor received an MTV Movie Award nomination in the Best Actor category and earned $10 million. Thanks to this film, Vin Diesel met Czech model Paula Harpkova, who played a cameo role in it. But this relationship did not last, just like his previous ones. In 2003, the action movie A Man Apart was released, in which Diesel played the main role and also acted as an executive producer.
Did you kill my wife? Answer me, motherfucker. Answer the fucking question!
The film brought him $2.5 million. The next film in which the actor starred in was an installment from the series The Chronicles of Riddick.
Remember that favorite game of yours?
Who's the better killer?
Let's play.
Vin Diesel's fee was $11.5 million, despite the fact that the film didn't gather as much at the box office. And the actor received a Golden Raspberry nomination for the worst male role in 2005 for that movie. An animated film and a computer game were soon created based on this film, and Diesel voiced his character in them. At the same time, Vin Diesel starred in the comedy family thriller The Pacifier.
Kids, it's safe.
Who was that? What did they want?
What happened? Please don't leave us, Shane.
What do they want?
They were after the program that your father invented.
On the set, he had to collaborate with 5 children actors at once, and he did it flawlessly. By the way, Vin enjoyed acting with his 9-month-old partner so much that he was ready to work on set even on the weekends. Diesel's new comedic role was well received by the audience, who was used to seeing him only in action films, and as such, the actor starred in the film Find Me Guilty in 2006.
You don't rat out the people that love you.
Love you? He's your cousin. He puts 4 fucking bullets in you and he loves you?
Yeah, he loves me. I love him. He's family. He's just a junkie. He doesn't know what he's doing. Live and let live. Speaking of which, how many times I gotta tell you?
His image of Jackie DiNarcio was unusual for the viewers. Diesel gained 30 pounds and spent 2 hours a day in the makeup chair. Soon the third part of Fast and Furious was released, The Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. But fans were upset to see Vin Diesel's character only in the scene at the very end. In 2007, the 40-year-old actor met 23-year-old Mexican model Paloma Jiménez. They live together to this day, but still haven't made their relationship official. In one of his interviews, the actor said that marriage is just a formality. A year after they met, the couple had a daughter, Hania Riley. Funny enough, Diesel's ex-girlfriend Michelle Rodriguez became the godmother for the girl. Soon after, the actor was invited to take part in the filming of one of the following films, the hitman thriller or the fantasy action movie Babylon AD. By choosing the latter option, Diesel miscalculated. The film never recouped its budget, which amounted to a grandiose sum of $70 million US, and even the director himself later admitted that the film in general is not worth watching. However, the actor did not ignore his most stellar role of Dominic. In 2009, Diesel worked on the 4th part of Fast and Furious as an actor and producer.
When I see flashing lights in my mirror, I don't stop.
In the first movie, Walker and Diesel were allowed to perform many stunts since both were not considered celebrities at that time. But by the 4th movie, the actors became well known, the stunts became more difficult, and the studio forbade Walker and Diesel to risk their lives. A year later, Paloma and Vin had a son, Vincent Sinclair. It is known that the actor has another son, Isaiah, who is a little older than Hania. The name of his mother is unknown, and the boy spends a lot of time with his father and his family. In 2011, the 5th part of Fast and Furious came out and brought $15 million to the actor.
Good race, O'Connor.
Thanks, Don.
In 2013, Vin Diesel starred in the thriller Riddick. The production of the film was in jeopardy when there was a delay in financing. As a result, Vin Diesel took over the financing of the film until the problem with the bank loan was resolved. According to the actor, he had to mortgage his house to take out a loan. In the same year, he voiced the main character in the animated film Riddick, Blindsided, and also starred in Fast and Furious 6, and Dwayne Johnson joined their team.
We building the car?
First car better be a Charger, Jack.
You mean Skyline?
Like I said, he's a Toretto.
At that time, filming of Fast and Furious 7 began, but in November the filming stopped due to the death of Paul Walker, and was resumed later in the spring of 2014. During this period, such films as The Last Witch Hunter and Guardians of the Galaxy were released. In the latter, Vin Diesel played the role of Groot. The actor participated in motion capture for the character, and also voiced him in several languages, including Russian.
If you free us, I'll lead you to the buyer directly, and I'll split the profit between the 3 of us.
I'm Groot. 4 of us. Asleep for the danger, awake for the money, as per frickin' usual.
In 2015, Vin Diesel and Paloma Jiménez had a second daughter, Pauline, who was named after the deceased Paul Walker, who was Vin's good friend. The long-awaited film Fast and Furious 7 was also released, which brought the actor a huge payout of $47 million.
You miss the bullets.
Yeah, that's messed up, huh?
Brian, I've seen you jump from trains, dive from planes. Hell, I saw your courage the day I met you.
On the set of the project XXX, Return of Xander Cage in 2016, Vin Diesel met his film partner Nina Dobrev. A provocative photo shoot of the 2 celebrities later prompted fans to think they were having an affair. Later it turned out that the actors were just good friends. In addition to this film, there were also such films as Billy Lynn's Long Halftime Walk and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, which was well received by the audience. In 2016, Diesel earned $35 million and became the 7th highest paid actor of the year. The eighth part of Fast and Furious, which premiered in 2017, became famous among fans because of the conflict that broke out a week before the end of filming between Dwayne Johnson and Vin Diesel. The reason was that Diesel, as a producer, canceled some of the planned scenes with Johnson at the last minute.
Yo, cousin, sorry about your car. Yours was too slow for a Toretto anyway.
Your Impala? Are you serious?
In 2017, Diesel earned $54.3 million, which made him the third highest paid actor of the year. And in the Forbes magazine rating, Vin Diesel took first place among actors whose films became the highest grossing. The total income of his movies, where he played the main role, amounted to $1.6 billion. Most of this amount falls on The Fate of the Furious. The box office of the film totals $1.2 billion. In 2018, the actor again voiced his character Groot in the films Avengers: Infinity War and The Avengers: Endgame, as well as in the animated film Ralph Breaks the Internet. In 2020, Diesel starred in the action movie Bloodshot, and a year later F9 was released, and John Cena also joined the cast. In December 2022, Avatar 2, a fantasy action movie, is planned to be released, in which Vin Diesel will play the main role. Now that a new film about the Guardians of the Galaxy is underway, Vin Diesel will reprise his role as Groot, and in the future we are waiting for the 10th part of the movie Fast and Furious series and the new action movie Fury. By the way, it is promised that the 10th Fast and Furious will put an end to this action-packed, high-speed movie saga. His successful film career has made the actor one of the highest paid in Hollywood. In 2020, Vin Diesel's net worth amounted to $225 million. In the period from June 2019 to June 2020, Vin earned $55 million, approximately $20 million of which was made on the share from the film F9. The growing popularity of the actor in the cinema has given him the chance to make an impressive amount of money in advertising. For playing in a 30-second video, he receives $3 million. For example, the American car brand Dodge invited the famous actor to play the role of the brand's muscle car driver in a commercial. Such a partnership is not surprising, since Vin Diesel participated in the Fast and Furious, whose partner was Dodge. The actor also advertised the Yadea G5 scooter. After the release of this commercial, the Chinese company Yadea received a 90% increase in sales. At the beginning of his career, it was commercials, although for more modest fees, that became a significant part of his income. For example, back in 1994, Vin Diesel starred in a commercial for toys. Back in 2002, he created the company Tygun Studios and began producing his own game Wheelman, where the main character speaks in his voice. No one doubts that Vin Diesel is able not only to earn money, but also to spend it. It may seem trite, but the actor loves cars very much, and has spent part of his gigantic fortune on several impressive cars that anyone would like to have. His collection includes Dodge Charger Daytona 1969, Dodge Charger RT 1970, Chevrolet Corvette Stingray Grand Sport 1963, Chevrolet Corvette 1970, Dodge Charger Tantrum 1970, Dodge Charger SRT 8 2011, Lincoln Hypersport, and others. Interestingly, the actor also has his own auto trailer, which he uses during filming. In his huge double-decker van with an area of 1,100 square feet, the actor feels at home. The cost of such a luxury is $1.1 million. It is known that Vin Diesel owns a mansion in Los Angeles acquired back in 2001. Although the mansion does not differ in size and has a total area of only 1,500 square feet, it is located in the prestigious Hollywood Hills area. Inside the house, despite its modest size, it is very cozy. There is no extra empty space. Everything is very compact, convenient, and functional. In addition, the interior design of the premises varies from room to room. One has smooth painted walls and the other has brickwork or even an oven. The floor covering is the same, sometimes natural wood, and elsewhere there is tile. The color palette also varies greatly, from pale light tones to brighter dark. Despite this, everything here looks organic and complete. To date, the actor has put this house up for sale and plans to sell it for $1.4 million. In 2014, he bought a mansion in Atlanta, Georgia for $3.3 million. It has 7 bedrooms, 9 bathrooms, a a kitchen, a spacious living room, an office, a cinema, a gym, a roof terrace, and a fully equipped guest house. The mansion is ideal for entertaining friends as well as hosting parties. In addition, the actor has another mansion in Los Angeles worth $5.3 million. Vin Diesel is a big fan of the Dominican Republic. They say the star owns a villa in the elite area of the Casa de Campo resort. The actor flies over there at any opportunity he can. The Hollywood star also plans to invest in the construction of a film studio in the Dominican Republic. Vin Diesel loves to fly to the land of eternal summer for a vacation. In particular, the artist is fond of surfing and also does not miss the opportunity to visit Dominican restaurants. In addition, it was in this country that a number of scenes of the well-known movie series Fast and Furious were filmed. And what is your favorite movie, which Vin Diesel stars in?
Ip Man, how Donnie Yen lives and what he spends his millions on. The actor's real name is Yen Chitan, and he was born on July 27, 1963 in the southern Chinese city of Guangzhou, also known as Canton. In the Beijing dialect, his surname is pronounced Zhen, and Yen is the Cantonese pronunciation. The father of the family, Kleister Yen, was a violinist, and his mother, Bao Sim Mak, was a vocalist in the Guangzhou Symphony Orchestra. There they met, but 2 years after the birth of their son, the family split up. The father and the child emigrated to Hong Kong, but the authorities did not allow Mark to move. Only at the age of 9, the boy managed to see his mother again, and the family was finally reunited with the birth of his younger sister Chris. During the separation, Mark mastered martial arts and dreamed of opening her own school in Hong Kong. But she ran into the local mafia there, and the market was already divided. Mark also taught her children martial arts. Therefore, it's not surprising that Chris is also a master of martial arts. And in the thousands, she tried herself in the cinema. The parents also cultivated a love of music in their children. Donnie plays the piano and several other instruments very well, but his main passion remained martial arts. The boy studied specialized books and repeated everything, regardless of style. When he was 11 years old, the Yen family moved to the United States, settling into the suburbs of Boston. Across the ocean, Donnie's father worked as an editor of a Chinese-language newspaper, and Mark finally managed to realize her dream and founded the Chinese Wushu Research Institute. The school quickly became popular, and Donnie became one of the best students. He closely watched movies with his favorite actor fighters, Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan, and repeated their tricks. But he treated Chuck Norris with disdain because he could easily distinguish which films show real Chinese martial arts and which are fake. As a teenager, Donnie began practicing Japanese karate, Korean taekwondo, and Western boxing, as well as hip-hop and breakdancing. He started skipping school and spent time in the infamous Combat Zone, the criminal district of Boston. The teenager participated in underground MMA fights, started leading a nightlife, and even joined a gang. To protect her son from gang life, Donnie's mom sent him to Beijing on a 4-year training program with the Beijing Wushu team. In 1983, Yen decided to return to the United States, intending to establish his own martial arts school in Hollywood. But before leaving, he stopped by Hong Kong so that a friend of his mother, at her own request, would evaluate Donnie's fighting abilities. This friend was the director Yuen Wu-ping, who immediately invited the young man to audition for his new comedy thriller Drunken Tai Chi, also known as Drunken Tai Chi Master.
That'll teach you to fool around with me, little boy!
Young master, are you okay, sir? That fat bitch, it's only because she weighs 2 tons she is.
In just 5 minutes, Yen impressed the crew and was approved for the lead role. The film was released in 1984, but Donnie didn't like the filming process. He was annoyed by the director, who explained almost nothing but would yell if he didn't like something. At that time, Yen didn't think for a minute that he could stay in the cinema for a long time, and nevertheless, the collaboration with Yuen Wu-ping continued. A year later, the film Mismatched Couples was released, on the set of which the actor suffered a severe injury to his right shoulder. It still bothers him to this day. This was followed by 2 parts of the film Tiger Cage and the action movie In the Line of Duty 4, Witness, also directed by Yuen Wu-ping. The master revealed to Donnie the specifics of staging combat scenes in movies, and over the years of cooperation, the actor has worked out his own style of on-screen combat. Then Donnie began to work with other directors and starred in the films Holy Virgin vs. the Evil Dead, Crystal Hunt, New Dragon Gate Inn, Cheetah on Fire, Butterfly and Sword, but the role in the action movie Once Upon a Time in China 2, where he starred with Jet Li in 1992, became a landmark for Yen.
黃師傅不愧係民團總教練，失禮失禮，大人見笑。頭先只不過向黃師傅請教幾招，黃師傅嘅少林棍法可以名不虛傳。
This work earned Donnie a nomination for the Hong Kong Film Award in the category Best Supporting Actor. In 1993, the actor reunited with Wu Ping on the set of the action movie Iron Monkey.
有冇聽過鐵馬路？街知巷聞啦，你想揾佢咩？如果俾我揾到佢，我一定扭甩佢個頭。
And the film turned out to be a success and was remembered for the fight scene with Shaolin monks, which Donnie directed. Ironically, this particular fragment was largely the result of film editing and flying on cables, but almost all other scenes were painstakingly choreographed. Iron Monkey was all the more remarkable because a few years later after its release in Asia, it was acquired by the Miramax Film Studio, reworked, re-recorded, and shown in US cinemas. After the premiere in New York and Los Angeles, the film received critical acclaim from American critics and a prize at the Tortoise Awards ceremony, the annual award of the World Academy of Stuntmen for the best stunts in cinema. In November of the same 1993, Donnie Yen married model Leung Jing-chi, but their family life lasted less than a year. After the breakup, Leung found out that she was pregnant, and in 1995, their son Manseok Yen was born. During this time, the actor starred in the films Hero Among Heroes, Wing Chun, where he also acted as a composer writing the soundtrack, as well as High Voltage. In the latter, he made his debut as a co-director, and in 1996, the sequel to Iron Monkey was released. Next, the audience saw the action films Ballistic Kiss, Shanghai Affairs, and Legend of the Wolf.
I hope to remember who I was after seeing you. You can't understand. Every night I have nightmares. It's terrible. I can't remember.
All three were directed by Yen himself. The latter is also known as the new big boss and has become a true cult classic. After his divorce from his first wife, Donnie began dating an actress and fashion model from Hong Kong named Joey Meng. Their relationship ended in 2000, but one episode that happened in the late 90s stands out a lot. The young people went to relax in one of the nightclubs in Hong Kong, and when Donnie went to make an order, 8 heavily drunk men showed unwelcomed interest in Joey. They were not stopped by the presence of the boyfriend, nor his warning to move away. When the couple left the club, the company continued to chase them on the street and attacked Yen. It was a big mistake because in the end, all 8 men ended up in the hospital with fractures, abrasions, concussions, and bruises. Donnie himself only suffered a minor bruise and was arrested the next day, but was released almost immediately when the police found out it was self-defense. In 2000, the fantasy action film Highlander Endgame with Adrian Paul and Christopher Lambert in the lead roles was released.
One day soon, we will all serve very little purpose to kill except death.
It was the first American film in which Donnie Yen was cast. He played the immortal Jin Ki and choreographed the fight scenes. The next film, Blade 2, was also an American production. And then Donnie returned to his homeland and starred with Jet Li in the fantasy action movie Hero. The movie made Yen popular among the public of mainland China, and when released in wide theaters in the United States, it became one of the most successful foreign language films ever distributed in the American market. Yen's next work was the 2003 American-Hong Kong action movie Shanghai Nights with his favorite actor Jackie Chan.
I hope there will be more trust between us when I'm emperor and you are the new king.
At the same time, the actor's second marriage took place. He married Cecilia Wang. She was previously a model and won the Miss China beauty pageant in Toronto in 2000. They met through mutual friends at one of the parties. Their friends thought it was funny that People magazine called Yen the diamond of fighting movies, and Cecilia's parents were engaged in the jewelry business. They turned out to have a lot in common. Both grew up in the West and in the East, into musicians' families, and besides, they had the same taste and views on life. Cecilia didn't watch films starring Yen, but she was impressed by his sense of humor and excellent manners. A few months later, the couple got engaged. Donnie was very anxious about the acquaintance with her father because he had quite strict rules, and the age difference between the bride and groom was almost 20 years. But after talking privately for a while, Wang Sr. commonly asked when the wedding date was. Yen said that he was ready to burst into tears with happiness when he heard this. The wedding took place on August 30, 2003 in Canada on the shores of Lake Ontario in Toronto. A year later, they had a daughter, Jasmine, and then a son, James. Donnie often arranges romantic surprises for his wife, gives flowers for every holiday, and on the first anniversary, he sang a serenade of his own composition to his beloved. On the 10th anniversary, he got a tattoo on the lower back with one of the hieroglyphs of her name, meaning poetry. The actor admits that his wife is not just a beloved woman for him, but also a friend, assistant, and business partner. A romantic in life, Yen continued to star in the action films The Twins Effect 2, Seven Swords, SPL, Sha Po Lang, and Dragon Tiger Gate. However, in 2004, he also appeared in one rom-com, Love on the Rocks. In 2007, Donnie played the main role in the film Flashpoint and received an award from the Hong Kong Film Award for choreographing the fights in it. The actor worked so hard on the set that he had to go to the doctors every 2 days to recover physically. A year later, the films Painted Skin, An Empress, and The Warriors were released, but the main hit was the action movie Ip Man, about the invincible Wing Chun master who opened his own martial arts school and became known as Bruce Lee's teacher.
You know, Captain Lee, we martial artists have a lot of energy. Sometimes we might be a bit loud, but that doesn't mean we're not civilized.
The plot of the film was close to the original biography of Ip Man with added fiction. In terms of combat choreography and biographical data, the crew was advised by the son of Master Ip Chun. Donnie Yen himself visited the city of Foshan, where the master lived, and spent a lot of time with his sons, listening to stories about their father, family life, and martial arts. Before the premiere of Ip Man, Donnie's fees were somewhere at the level of $1 million per film, but after that, the figure increased 3.5 times. In 2009, the actor appeared in a documentary about Bruce Lee, the action movie Bodyguards and Assassins, and the historical drama The Founding of a Republic. This film was released to celebrate the 60th anniversary of the foundation of the People's Republic of China, and many Chinese actors were eager to star in it, all be in a cameo role and for free. Donnie Yen played one of the members of the Communist Party, thereby showing his loyalty to mainland China, not Hong Kong. By the way, he was repeatedly criticized for this position and ignoring the ongoing protests in Hong Kong. To one of these comments reproaching him for fighting for justice only on screen, Donnie replied that he was fighting for the Chinese people. It is worth noting that the most profitable fan base of Yen lives in mainland China. After the success of the first film about Ip Man, filming of the sequel begun almost immediately. It was released in 2010.
單邊油條係你細嗰陣時話要食㗎嘛？我幾時講過啊？你真係唔記得咗啊？睇嚟我細個都幾風趣。
最衰你家啲都唔風趣啊！
There was even less truth about the main character in it, but the story was generously favored with action scenes, and the fees exceeded the first part almost twice. Filming turned out to be difficult for Donnie. He fainted twice from overwork, and if in the previous film the creators collaborated with the master's son, this time he criticized Donnie Yen, calling him ungrateful. And the fact is that, according to the actor, the success of the films has nothing to do with the martial art of Wing Chun. Other representatives of the martial arts world and Donnie's colleagues joined the criticism. All in all, the actor is known for regularly quarreling with directors, calling them incompetent people, tyrants, and pushovers. He is unashamedly expressive, even towards the eminent masters. In the next few years, the actor starred in China and Hong Kong in such films as 14 Blades, Legends of the Fist, The Return of Chen Zhen, The Lost Bladesman, Dragon, as well as 2 comedies, All's Well Ends Well 2011 and 2012. This was followed by the release of Special ID. Together, The Monkey King, Iceman, Kung Fu Jungle, and Inspector Calls, and in December 2015, the premiere of Ip Man 3 took place.
今日我要收你咧，因為我將為你最勁嗰度嚟。你憑咩咁諗啊？哇！因為我個快。
Donnie explained the long break between the second and third parts by saying that many other films and TV projects about the character were coming out, and the market was somewhat oversaturated. This time, the plot virtually doesn't overlap with the real biography of the great master, but the formula for success with a large number of battle scenes worked again, and the film grossed $157 million with a budget of $36 million. Donnie's wife was very worried about her husband because he had to fight Mike Tyson on the set, but her fears were unfounded. On the contrary, Yen broke the famous boxer's finger. Back in 2015, the actor established the Yen's Honor Protection Fund in order to enable celebrities to defend themselves from slander. Donnie won the money with which the organization was founded in court against director Tan Bin. He accused Yen of refusing to work on his project, and he hired bots to threaten the actor's family. In 2016, the actor played the main role in the Netflix adventure thriller Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Sword of Destiny, and in the epic space opera Rogue One.
Really?
He's praying for the door to open.
It bothers him because he knows it's possible.
Donnie doubted whether to accept the invitation to play in the latter because he needed to be away from his family for a long time to film it. But his children literally forced him. They were so excited that their dad was going to be in a movie with lightsabers and spaceships that he couldn't resist. There in the US, Yen replaced Jet Li, who left the project for unknown reasons in the action-adventure film XXX: Return of Xander Cage. The premiere took place in early 2017, and soon the actor returned to his homeland to star in the crime drama Chasing the Dragon and the comedy thriller Big Brother. At the end of 2019, Ip Man 4, the finale, premiered. Despite Donnie Yen's statements that he didn't want to return to the series again, it is reported that his fee amounted to $12.8 million. In January 2020, the actor played a policeman who constantly gets into ridiculous situations in the comedy project Enter the Fat Dragon, and in March, the world saw him in the Disney movie Mulan. The actor got the role of Commander Tung, the mentor of the main character.
I'm your commanding officer. Fighting will not be tolerated, am I clear?
Yes, Commander.
In 2021, Donnie Yen appeared in the movie Raging Fire. In 2022, he starred in the fantasy New Kung Fu Cult Master 1 and in the adventure thriller Come Back Home. The release of the action movie The Father and the film adaptation of the popular video game Sleeping Dogs is also expected. But most fans are all waiting for the fourth part of the story about John Wick with Keanu Reeves. The project is at the post-production stage, that is, filming has already ended, and the main director of the combat scenes in this film doesn't hide the fact that he giggled like a boy while working with his childhood idol. Jet Li, Jackie Chan, and Michelle Yeoh consider Donnie Yen the best fighter in modern Asian cinema. He has a 6th-degree black belt in Taekwondo, a black belt in Judo, a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and continues to master new techniques. He also introduces mixed martial arts into Asian cinema. On his social media, the actor shows great athleticism, but understands that with age, his capabilities become more and more limited. He is not afraid that one day he won't be able to do what he is capable of doing now, and gradually switches to directing, producing, and other work on the other side of the camera. Donnie Yen also speaks several languages. He can speak Cantonese, Mandarin, and English fluently. During the filming of one of the films, he mastered Korean, and he can also understand the Shanghai dialect spoken by his wife's family. Donnie's Yen fortune is estimated at $40 million. He is considered one of the highest paid actors in Asia. Movie shooting fees are usually $7 to $8 million, but in addition, Yen has his own clothing brand DY Edition and a brand of sunglasses, Donnie Eye. Besides, according to media reports, one commercial featuring an actor cost companies approximately $1 million. So he advertised a remedy for back pain, Hublot watches, BMW cars, the Nike sports brand, several video games, and together with his wife, they were the faces of the brand of orthopedic mattresses and pillows, Sinomax. Yen is also involved in several projects. For example, he called for the abandonment of plastic and appeared in an advertisement for the rescue services of Hong Kong. The actor is actively engaged in charity work, and in 2012, together with his wife, founded an online platform encouraging people to help others. He is an ambassador of the international organization Save the Children. In 2015, he visited refugee camps in Thailand, and in 2020, he donated $130,000 to medical workers in Wuhan. Yen has at least 6 properties in Hong Kong, each of which, except one, was bought for $1.5 million. The exception is a house in a prestigious area of Hong Kong, which cost $17 million. The media called this mansion the most stylish fortress with a gym and living room with a grand piano standing out in particular. It is reported that this property is 80% owned by Donnie's wife, and he owns only 20%. In the garage, the actor has several Lamborghinis, Bentley Continental GT, and Toyota Alphard for family trips, and his closet contains very expensive accessories. He wears a $14,000 Rolex and an Audemars Piguet worth about $70,000. And back in 2016, Donnie bought a horse named Bad Boy who participated in horse racing. The actor himself often attends horse races. Do you like movies with Donnie Yen? If you liked the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything interesting.